Hello, it's Reverend Jo, and the first story in our activity pack is about creation. And the story of creation comes right at the beginning of the Bible. And I don't know if you've got a Bible in your house, perhaps you've got a children's one, or perhaps your mum and dad have got one, perhaps you had one given to you from school, or when you were baptised. Go and have a look, see if you can find a Bible. And if you do, this is the Bible I take around with me every day. And the very first book, at the beginning of the Bible is made up of lots of different books. There are 66 books in the Bible, and the first book in the Bible is called Genesis. And the first chapter of Genesis is a way of imagining how God might have created the world. Now, scientists have helped us find out loads of things about the beginning of the universe, about the Big Bang, we know a lot about geology, about rocks, about how old the rocks on the earth are. We know about dinosaurs. Have you ever been to Charmouth and looked for fossils? We know lots about how the world was created. And when this story was written in the Bible about 6,000 years ago, it was how they imagined God had been busy creating the world. And it's a great story for us to imagine about God creating, because it tells us about God making things, and it tells us about how good God thought his creation was. And we're thinking in our first Bible story about God being creative, about being able to make things, and about how he's made us creative too. And so all our challenges about being creative, about exploring, about thinking, about doing amazing things with your hands and with your eyes and with your bodies, and just imagine all those amazing things you can do and have a go at doing some of them too. So this is from Genesis chapter 1. And it says, in the beginning, when God created the heavens and the earth, there was just nothing. And here in this Bible story, it says, think of the dark, make it darker. Think of the darkest dark. In the beginning, there was nothing but dark. Then God spoke. God is creative by speaking. Isn't that amazing? He speaks and things happen. Let there be light. And the very first light shone brightly. I wonder if that was the first explosion. Who knows? God spread the sky and above the ocean and folded the land to make the hills and valleys. God covered the earth with plants, grasses and flowers, vegetables and trees. The sun shone in the daytime, and the moon and the stars waited for their turn in the night time. God made all the creatures. Birds flew in the sky, fish swam in the sea, animals leaped and ran and scurried and hurried all over the land. They made themselves homes in holes and burrows and nests and dens. Think about all that creation that you can see every day. Then God made people, man and woman. Welcome, said God. You are my friends, and I want you to be safe and happy. Take care of the good world I have made for you. Never choose to know about bad things. They will only make you sad. Everything was perfect. So as you go out and about, as you wander in the garden, or perhaps you get a trip to the park or the beach, have a look at creation. What can you see? Hills, trees, plants, animals, human beings, all these perfect things. And our job is to take care of those perfect things, to be creative like God is, and to take care of his creation. So have fun enjoying the Bible stories and the activities to do with the first story about creation. Hello, it's lovely to see you. We're going to have a think about the challenges that we've put on our activities. So there's 4 different Bible stories and 4 challenges, and this is challenge 1. So we've given you a recipe for Play-Doh, which you might like to have a go at, or you might have Play-Doh in your house already, or plasticine. We've also given you some air dry clay. It's a little packet of coloured stuff. It's very, very light. So we're going to look at that in a minute. But I've cheated. I haven't made any Play-Doh. But the challenge was, can you make something out of Play-Doh and send it to us? Well, I'm absolutely terrible at Play-Doh. So I guess my first challenge, look there, I've made a ball. Or it could be the world, I guess. The world held in God's hands, who knows? Perhaps I can make it into a heart for God's love. Let's have a look. It's good colour, isn't it? Red Play-Doh for a heart. I need to squidge in the top a bit. And then you can see, oh dear, it's really not going very well. Hopefully you can make your challenges a little bit more impressive. And you'll have a bit more time to do it. But there we are. Perhaps that looks a little bit like a heart. Oh, it's getting better now. A little bit more shaping. There we are. There's a heart. But you could be even more creative. Perhaps you could make an ice cream, you could make a cake, perhaps you could make an animal. I don't know, whatever you fancy, you can have a go and make some fantastic Play-Doh creation. Because the Bible story is all about how God has created the world and all the things that he made in the world that we're thankful for. So think of something you love and see if you can make it in Play-Doh form. And you can have a look at the air dry clay too. It's quite sticky. So you might just need to make sure that you cut it open and you've got it on a plate or something. You don't want to get it on the carpet. Please don't get it on the carpet. But there's some air dry clay. It's really light, very stretchy, kind of plasticky, I think. And you can make all kinds of things with this air dry clay. You just mould it with your hands. You can stick sequins in it. Let's see if I can have a go. What could I make? Got another circle. I'm quite good at circles, balls. There we are. That's lovely ice cream. And then you could make it like a thumb pot. Make it into a pot. You could do a coil pot when you start with a like a long sausage, and then you coil it round to make a thumb pot. And this clay will dry. So if you want to leave it in the form that you've made, then you will need to leave it in the air and it will start to dry and be firm. So you can just coil your pot around, build up the size like that. It's actually really good once you start playing with this air dry clay. It's very firm, very light. There we are. So there's the beginning of a coil pot and I can add to that. But see what you can make. But take a picture and send it to us, and the email's on the pack and on our website. Send it to us and then we can show it on the website. Enjoy being creative as God is creative. Thank you. See you soon.